Who's that? Oh, here he goes.
Patrick Jordan said he and collaborators Dave Mansueto and Pete Spinda initially expected a shorter run.
Hey, welcome back. This is Alone Together Pittsburgh. I am your host, Patrick Jordan. It is Friday night. This is episode 177, capping off week 58 of Alone Together Pittsburgh, streaming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us, welcoming us into your homes and mobile devices. We're here. We're still here. We're still doing it. Things seem like they're opening up a little bit. We're still not all the way open, which is why we're still here. We started this show a little over a year ago as a way to keep a sense of community and keep people connected. We're still doing that. People still have stories to tell, and we are still here to give them a platform until we can be together again, together, Pittsburgh. But happy that you guys are all joining us. Katie's Bauer's favorite part of the music is the music at the beginning. Well, yeah, it's a favorite part anyway. It's good. It's catchy. Get you bopping. That's Andre Costello, local musician who you should check out his stuff. He's got a lot of stuff that's even catchier than that. But anyway, got a great show lined up for you tonight. It is Friday. We're going to be a little bit looser here. We've got some fun stuff coming at you. NATALIE BENCIVENGA is going to be here. We're going to do Ask NATALIE advice and have a special 5 minutes with her later on in the show. Then we have the man himself, Dave BRACEY, is going to be here. He's going to be talking about some local brews and other things and give us an update on one of our favorite festivals, the Barrel and Flow Festival, which is going to be coming at you right towards the end of the summer into the early fall. Outdoors, getting after it this year. DigiFest no more. Well, there's still going to be a DigiFest component, but don't want to get into that. But couple things here, little pieces of housekeeping ticking below me. That is our Venmo. If you have the means, please consider kicking in a couple of bucks for the artists involved in the show. It goes directly to them. $1, $3, $5 doesn't really matter. Just get it going. Just get it going there. Anything. If you give $500 or more, you get to be a guest on the show. If you hit up the Venmo tonight with $500, we'll shoot you a link. You can come on. We'll talk about anything you want. Literally anything in the world. What do you want to talk about? Come on, $500. You're on the show. That said, we wouldn't be doing the show if it wasn't for a pandemic that's still happening for us. There were in Allegheny County, we read off the numbers every day. There were 350 new cases in the last 24 hours, which is better than it was a couple of weeks ago, but it's still not as good as it should be. So we're kind of hovering between the 3 and 5 range for new cases every day. This stuff is still out there. Best thing you can do, keep wearing a mask. I know people are loosening them up outside. That's fine. You're going inside. Wear the mask. Keep washing your hands, socially distant. Don't be a jag. Just put on a mask. I mean, like restaurants, I know you take them off when you're at the table. You go to grocery stores. Just put your mask on. Don't complain. There's still a lot of restaurants. If you're not feel comfortable going out to restaurants, get takeout. Tip on takeout and tip on your delivery. And there's my spiel. Okay, you're all caught up on what you should do. But one thing that you should do right now, if you're over the age of 16 in Pennsylvania, go get the shot. Okay, you can get the COVID shot, get vaccinated, get after it. It is not political. They're not going to microchip you. That is the fastest way we can to get things back to normal. We can stop doing this show. We can go out and do whatever you need to do. So, I mean, John Travolta said it best about getting.
Shut! I am if you let me. Hey, don't fucking stop when you start talking to me. Start talking to her. Yeah, right.
Just saying, you can't go against him. Anthony Monero, for crying out loud. So anyway, don't want to mess with John Travolta. He says to get the shot. Other people over time have also said to get the shot. I mean, who else? Rocky.
You got your shot. Now give me mine.
That's my favorite. That's Mr. T. Rocky 3. If anybody, I'm a fan of that. That's pretty amazing. I mean, obviously, Dame Judi Dench.
Take the shot. I say take the shot. Take the bloody shot.
So good. Anyway, just get after it. All right. So, like I said, we got a great show for you tonight. But before we start the show, I had to do a couple of shout outs. We have a couple of shout outs. One, I want to give a shout out to Dave Mansueto's animal cinematography skills for the animal break at the beginning of the show, where we have just like random animals that we encounter. Dave, you've gotten like close-ups on geese, on a gaggle of geese. You've got some panning that's been happening. There's been like a 360 vibe. It's really fine work, Dave, and hats off to you, sir.
I feel like he's must be like setting this up. He's probably got like a whole stage team we don't even know about. Like he's on like a little boom, and Sarah's like pulling him through. You know, so it's just like
it looks like that.
I mean,
it's like Rushmore, but just with ducks.
That's basically what it was. Hey, seriously though, who dumped a whole bag of bread there, man, and breadcrumbs, like a mountain of bread there for the was that you?
Not me, man. People are animals, and animals are people.
I get that. I feel that. I feel that. The other thing, and I'm glad that Pete's here for this. Today is Pete's 6-month anniversary of going straight vegan.
It's true.
Look how healthy he is. Rosy cheeked and close to death.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
It's that Snapple in the bottle that keeps him fresh.
Well, is beer all vegan?
I think so.
Yeah, well, we'll find out soon.
You could put bacon in it, and then it doesn't.
It's true.
All right.
I mean, there's a lactose stuffed shit that Day drinks that has like he likes those milky stouts. A lot of those have lactose in them.
Yeast have feelings too.
Is that true?
I don't know. Maybe
they're alive.
Somebody Google it. The audience can wait.
We're here. It's fine. Anyway. Yeah. This is what's happening. This is a tight show. We're ready to go. But something else that we're going to do on the show tonight. We're bringing it back. It could be a regular Friday thing. We do it any day, but we've been doing it on Fridays for a while now. That would be everyone's favorite new Alone Together Pittsburgh game show. Dick Knows or No. Brought to you by Engine House 25 Winery. Go to eh25.com. Find out about it. You find out what's going on. Dick Knows or No, everyone's favorite game. Brought to you by Engine House 25 Winery. Go to eh25.com. You can find a great selection of wines that you can especially get ready for Mother's Day, because they have the Mother's Day Chardonnay ready to bring at you. And if you tell them at Engine House 25 Winery that you found out about them from Alone Together Pittsburgh, you get $5 off per bottle. Go to eh25.com. Look how beautiful these Mother's Day bottles are. Surprise that mother in your life and give them a fancy bottle of Engine House 25 wine with a $5 discount.
Those are the kind of flowers my mom wants.
The meat ones? The meat roses?
No, I was more thinking like the bottles of wine. But.
Okay, great. I didn't know. I was like, speaking of vegan, would your mom want like a salami That's good. We got new sounds. It's fantastic. All right. So anyway,
Horror movie in here.
hey, Katie, do you like this song or the Andre Costello song? Anyway, Dave, I think it's time. Pete, you probably know what they are, right? Because you probably selected.
Ready to do some dicks? Ready to do the dick?
I love that we phoned the show in so much right now that we haven't even fixed the graphics yet. Like those are from like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm just like,
I noticed.
Like the top, you can see Photoshop at the top. Like it just took a photo of Photoshop. Anyway.
Well, you pointed it out. Now we got to fix them. I know you got to fix them. You got 5 days. All right. So here's the deal. We're going to do this. I'm going to do a couple here, and then we're going to go into some Ask Natalie advice. Or do you want to just bring out Natalie and we can just do them right now? Natalie and I can have at it.
I'm looking at Natalie for a reaction if she's ready to rock. She kind of seems like she's ready to rock. Let's bring her in.
Hey, everybody. Natalie BENCIVENGA is here. She's going to be joining us. She's going to be giving us the Ask Natalie advice portion of the night. But right now, she's going to join in.
Yes.
And have a couple of rounds of Dick Knows or No. In case you don't know at home, we call it a Dick Knows when somebody's nose is sticking out of their mask because it works on many levels, especially because of that graphic.
Because they're a dick.
Yeah, they're a dick. And you saw the picture of the thing. If you're wearing your underpants and something's not covered with them, it's like the same thing. So here we are. That's what it is. Let's see what we got, Dave.
All right, here we go. And I want to be very clear about this. We are all adults. No offense is intended. However, for the sake, let's get our vernacular straight. It's either dick or no, okay? And that goes for the audience. That goes for all the moms. You know what I mean?
What does that
We're
mean?
all adults.
Wait. Why don't we just say, is it covered or not? Which one's which?
The dick, because
dick is if there's your nose is hanging out, and no means no. There's no.
No means it's covered. No means it's covered. Dick means it's out, right?
Exactly. Thank you, Pete. Everybody got that? People at home got that? We're all adults.
Means it's covered. Dick means it's out. Why did you put that up on the screen, Dave? Take that down.
That was just muscle memory. That's like my brain's like, oh, there's a comment.
I didn't even bring it up.
That's the best comment.
Thank you, Q Renan 23503. I do want to be famous, as does Pete and Natalie.
Dos Vidania, my friend. So, all right, come on.
Dick or no?
No.
No.
All right, and you got to stretch a little bit so we give the audience a second, just in case.
Pete knows. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not even seeing. Usually, I look for the strap over the ears. You know what I mean?
Right.
I look in the eyes.
You look in the soul. You want to see the soul.
Okay. All right.
I'm just going with my gut instinct, which God knows if it's on tonight or not, because I feel like I'm intuitively good at this.
All right. Let's do it. All right, we've got 2 dicks and 2 nose and a dick. Come on, let's see it.
All right, here we go. Final results. Boom. There we go.
Coverage.
Woo! Off to a good start.
All right, good.
Starting off hot. It's a fun Friday.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
Hats
minute.
are hard with glasses too. This is a lot happening that can prevent the mask from staying in place. I'm going to say no.
I'm going it's out. I'm saying it's out.
I'm saying it's not.
You're saying dick, Patrick?
I already said that. I said that twice, and then I repeated it in a more, translatable.
To explain it, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about becoming famous. So,
Pete, you're famous to all of us.
well, I want to become famous. So I'm
going to be more famous.
You might as well hit up Q Renan 23503.
They got the solution.
People at home, make sure to check that. We always blast out the important links to you.
BigFollows.com, baby.
All right, fire me up. All right, I think
Here
we're
we
ready.
go. You ready for this? The results?
What?
That's a pretty cool mask.
But it's
a great
on.
mask.
It's not a mask. It's literally.
It's the alien thing.
I don't know if that's good for. Is there a mesh on the inside? I don't know. I
doesn't look like anything's getting out of there.
His nose is covered.
Doesn't look like anything's getting out of there.
That is disturbing. Get that off the screen.
All right. Okay.
don't wanna
All right, well, let me get that out of here. We need something that's not disturbing. Here is something that is not disturbing. Here we go.
Oh, no, that's disturbing in a whole different way.
Dick.
He's just a dick, so regardless of whether his nose is out or not.
Check this out, guys. While we're waiting for this, I'm saying it's
I
out.
really want to talk while I guess we have.
It's probably covered, right? But
I'm going to say not.
My friend Gabe King,
Or
Gabriel. Oh, good. My
Sorry.
friend Gabriel King on Facebook has started a bet, right? If he gets 50 likes on a picture on a post that he just did, he will stare at a picture of Ted Cruz for 10 minutes
That's
straight
mean.
without
Why do that to
breaking.
himself?
But he set it up, and we maybe, if he does, we'll have him on the show and just staring at that picture for 10 minutes, and we'll see what happens and what he thinks about. All right, Dave.
Can you get him the link so we can just get that on camera,
I
like an
agree with
ongoing
Donna.
thing?
No,
Donna,
I think we should.
Marie,
I think we
Maureen,
should.
and Ellen, they all get it. He's a dick no matter what.
Great. So I will get him a link to the show, and we can have that when it happens.
Get on that.
But we have to get to 50.
You out there, Gabe? Get out there, man. Let's do this.
All right, Gabe King. He's
Boom.
covered. Yeah. You knew he would be, but I get to call him a dick. That was fun.
Doesn't matter. Come and I can't with him.
What's that mean? Come and
I don't
take
even
it?
know. I don't even know what that is.
What's
Wait, is
that
that
thing? It's like it looks
what
like
is
a
that?
rolling pin.
I don't want to say
It
what
does.
what is that?
Is it supposed to be like a cannon or something?
Well, it could be something. It's got a reservoir at the end of it. I don't know what is that.
He's
Come in,
such
and
a
it isn't like
creep.
come and get it. It's like come and take it. What is
Come
going?
and take it. Is it his mask or something like sharpied out? Like was it like a Banana Republic logo or something? Or like
I don't know. That's like weird.
Come
He's
and
such a
take
creep.
it. Take what?
Dave, get him off the screen too. That's two
Yeah, we're
disturbing
good.
images
We're good.
in a
We're good.
row.
All right, spoiler alert on the back of his shirt. It says a dump. That's what it says back there.
Come and take it a dump. Okay.
All right, next
All right.
up, let's one more, maybe
All right,
one more
and
here.
then we got to bring
Sure.
in Natalie.
Then we
for-
should get this one's real important. We're gonna have to shift tone to something serious. You know what I mean? We're way too light here at the top. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Was it dick nose or no?
No.
No.
I'm going to say dick nose. I don't remember this one.
Sure, Pete. You don't remember the cat with the mask.
There might be a couple of them. You don't know.
All right, Dave. I think have we given enough time? Yeah, we've given enough time.
There it is.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Look how cute.
That's dick nose.
We can't catch it from a cat.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
I don't know.
This is
two of the
evil.
lions. Two of the lions at the zoo are
I
COVID
heard
positive.
that.
Look, he's got conjunctivitis. This cat is a danger to all of us.
His whole face
And
should be covered.
His species
Damn
nose
cat.
is a little pink.
I'm telling you.
Let's find out about some advice. Let's parlay here. Let's bring
Let's
up a
do
new
it.
graphic and let's shift the show here.
Let's
Let's take Pete out. I think that's what he meant by the mute button. Can we take Pete out? Okay. There it is. Nationally syndicated advice columnist Natalie BENCIVENGA is here with us to go over some of the choice questions that she was asked advice on this week.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry, I
Natalie,
was
welcome to the
posted.
show.
Hi. It's
Hi,
so good to
welcome.
be here.
Hey, nice day. What are you been up to?
You know, just been running around like a crazy person and doling out all the advice, whether it's solicited or unsolicited.
All right, so let's get some of the solicited ones.
All
here.
right. So this week we had this was an interesting one. So this young woman goes home to visit her mom. They're having dinner. Her mom's new boyfriend is there. He's been drinking. He starts hitting on the daughter, saying how like hot she is and all of that. So the daughter is disgusted. That was like the first line of her question is I'm disgusted. She says, don't ever talk to me like that. Don't ever comment on my body, blah, blah, blah. The mom starts defending the boyfriend and tells her she's no longer welcome in her home unless she apologizes for being rude to said boyfriend. So the daughter emailed me and she's like, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do here because I'm tired of cleaning up my mother's messes. So it sounds like her mom has maybe a pattern of picking guys that aren't so nice. And she's like, I'm just not sure I even want to deal with this anymore. What should I do? So that's your light little kickstart.
I mean, it's kind
I know,
of
Sarah.
gross.
Ew. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the only gray area would be like maybe he wasn't hitting on her. Maybe he was complimenting, but you don't say somebody's hot.
No, hot is like, that's not, you could say, oh, you look nice tonight, but like, you look hot coming from your mom's boyfriend. That's no. But it's complicated, right? Because you're dealing with the dynamics of like a mom and a daughter. You're dealing with clearly issues that mom has with men. You're dealing with issues that daughter has with mom. Like there's a lot
with mom and
going on here.
Yeah, it's a blooming onion.
It's exactly right.
Lots of layers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know how you wrap that up in one answer without like follow up after follow up, because it's a tough one. I mean, we've got mom is mentally ill. Everyone needs therapy. It's gross. Get rid of them. Blah 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 blah. Like you've got this image in your head. I've got this image in my head of like, this stereotype like grease ball.
Yeah, because it's a gross, it's greasy kind of a
sitting there hitting on the daughter's thing. I just for the mother to make the daughter apologize, that's where this happens. That's where that's the meat of this here, because he's just some asshole who's gross. But then now that the mother basically making her apologize instead of like, oh no, make him apologize or something like that. So
it takes it like to a whole other level.
Yeah, what'd you tell her?
So I told her that there's no reason she shouldn't take some space from her mom right now, and she's an adult. She's no longer living in her mom's home. So she needs to have her mom understand boundaries a little bit. And I told her too, there's nothing wrong with sort of working on yourself. Like the idea, maybe you should go and get therapy to work through some of your issues with your mother, because this is a deep situation, but also your mom owes you an apology, not the other way around. You certainly don't owe this man anything. And if he wants to if they want to have a relationship with you moving forward, there need to be established boundaries. But also because this seems like so deep rooted and it seems like there's so much happening like in between, not every relationship is going to be what you ever want it to be. And sometimes it's better to just take a few steps back from somebody than to do or say something that you're going to regret. And right now, I think taking space from her mother is probably the healthiest thing to do, because it sounds to me like her mom needs her a lot more than she needs her mom. And maybe that needs to be seen.
Yeah, but that's such a, like almost a violation for the mother to decide with that after this. It's like
honestly though, Patrick, over the years and when I did therapy work, this question has come up so many times, like how many times I had seen questions come in where it was like, my mom's picking the boyfriend, my dad's picking the girlfriend. Like people get really intertwined with their relationships. And sometimes they forget that they have children that need love and support too, even if they're adults. So it was an intense one. It was crazy out there.
All right. Yeah, you got one more. You got one more.
Yes. So this one was kind of interesting. I'll just read it to you because it's not long.
Oh my God, Donna.
Donna's on a tear.
Donna's on a tear here.
Donna's on a tear, but Donna's entitled to Donna's opinion. All right. So this one says, I'm a 34-year-old single guy. I have serious reservations about the concept of marriage. I recently broke it off with my girlfriend of 2 years because she wanted to get married and I wasn't ready. I feel that when people get married, they get into sex ruts and the passion dissipates. I was already starting to experience that with my ex. There's no mystery when you're together after a certain amount of time, but I'm concerned about how this outlook could affect my future. I don't want to be that loser who wakes up in his mid-50s and has never had a real relationship. She wasn't the right one. It ended badly. She said I'm a total commitment phobe and just using sex as an excuse. Any thoughts?
It's pretty much it's pretty much the little Peter Pan syndrome. I mean, there's he's 34. I mean, he ain't a kid, but he's not old. But it's like Happy Days was a great show. Everyone loved Fonzie, but they canceled Happy Days because no one wanted to see a 40-year-old Fonzie hitting on chicks.
Right.
And
it's true.
So it's like I mean, he doesn't understand some things. Then maybe he hasn't met the right partner. Because that's not. I don't want to get into like sex life talk here, but come on, and there's more to life than that.
Well, yeah, exactly. And him saying on the one hand he wants to have a family, and on the other hand and it's like, well, relationships ebb and flow. They go through phases. They come back around. But you need to have other things in common. I mean, what else are you going to do the other 23 hours of the day? I'm being generous. with one another, right? So it's like you need to
salute, Natalie. I guess they got that happy wife, happy life over there at your house. All right.
But I'm just saying, like, there needs to be more than just sex that keeps you together, or regardless, you're not going to have a happy marriage. And there's nothing wrong. Also, like people were saying in the comments, maybe this guy just shouldn't get married. And so maybe that's something he needs to deal with too. And there's nothing, no one says everyone has to partner up, but I think you have to be honest with yourself too and what you actually want. He sounded to me really conflicted.
But he led with sex.
He did. It's weird. A lot of guys do that. It's really weird. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but men tend to lead with.
I'm saying he led with that in the advice column.
Yes. No, like, I'm teasing you. I know.
No, I get
know.
that, but it's like a tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this is something that
you can just get rid of all that other stuff. This is what he's about. And if that's what you're about, man, more power to you. You're an adult. And if he wants to be honest with his partner at the time, okay, be honest. Better than to drag somebody along that wants something that you don't want.
Totally.
You don't
have to.
But everyone doesn't have to have a family.
No, God, no. But I think he really needs to figure out where he's actually at, as opposed to where he thinks he's at, because he's saying one thing but doing another, and so his values and his goals aren't aligned. So I think that's why he's unhappy.
Okay, I feel that. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
that's good. That's
good. Little fun tidbit for the week.
Nice tidbit for the week. But Natalie, you got some other fun stuff coming up.
I do.
As well. I'd love for you to talk about it. Yeah.
Right before this, I was over in Braddock actually filming a little dress rehearsal. I'm doing a live event next week for PAR, Pittsburgh Action Against Rape. I'm hosting their first ever all virtual Teal Ball. Every year they host a big event and raise money for the organization. What I love about PAR is that all of their services are free. And the reason that they're able to stay free is because of the generous support of the community. So I'm hoping if you go and check out PAR online next week, we're going to have a really fun live event. It's going to be virtual. I'll be like me and like 2 camera guys in the studio, but you guys can watch online at home. It starts at 7. It'll be over by 8, and then you can jump right on and watch this show. So it's perfect. But there's going to be some great silent auction items, pieces from Baron Batch and Mia Tarducci, 2 amazing Pittsburgh-based painters. And you can buy a celebration box, which has some really nice goodies in it. So I'm hopeful that we can raise the $5,000 for PAR.
PAR is a really amazing organization.
Yeah.
So
they do really critical work. And Giselle's going to be swinging by to chat with me too.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, there you go. I mean, you can't do anything out of Braddock and you don't have Giselle Fetterman coming
exactly. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Speaking of which, one more thing. Who do you have on 5 Minutes with tonight?
Yeah, so tonight I interviewed Ed Gainey, who is running for mayor for the city of Pittsburgh. I have put a call out to action for Bill Peduto as well. He is supposed to, hopefully we're supposed to set that up very soon. So I'm hoping to get him in a couple of weeks, so he has an opportunity as well. And I know there's 2 other candidates running, so I'm trying to get a hold of them too. But Ed's got a lot to say, and it was a very passionate interview. So I'm excited for everyone to hear his perspective.
Cool. All right, well, stick around for that. It's coming up right after Local Brews with Dave Bracey. Thanks so much, Natalie. Hey, before we let Natalie go, do we have enough for one more Dick Knows or No?
We got a ton. Pete did a lot of work.
All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more for Natalie, and then we'll see her at 5 Minutes with.
All right, here we go. I gotta. Here you go.
I
took him by surprise. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, very dramatic. I feel like it's covered, but I feel like it's like a glitter. Like I feel like it's just a dramatic for show piece, and I don't know if it's going to be like a true mask.
Dick Knows.
So
I'm going Dick Knows.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dick Knows.
Show it to us, Dave. Wait, give it a minute for the people at home. All right, now show it to us. That is
cool.
the mirror ball. That actually looks like an N95.
That's what I think. I think she just covered it in little Do
you know what's messed up about that mask?
What?
It's gonna be hard to breathe.
Oh, I know.
Because
maybe she's just wearing it on like a red carpet or something.
Yeah, there's nothing coming or going out of that thing. Because there's glue, and then there's because the mask is filtering stuff. Your air's not really coming out of it, but there's still some. Wow. All right, good for her. Good for
That's
her.
commitment.
That's a hell of an outfit too.
It is.
All right, cool. Well, all right. Got another great one. Pete did do some work. Natalie, thank you so much.
You sounded so surprised, Pete.
We're gonna find out more. We're gonna find out more from Ed Gainey from 5 Minutes With later on in the show. Thanks so much, Natalie.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See you at the end. All right. So now's the time we're gonna shift gears. We're going to do, before we bring out our next guest, I want to give a shout out to another sponsor on the show. That would be Pete having a beer right there, cracking that can open right on cue.
There's a party at Pete's house.
I just noticed that. Jesus Christ. So anyway, farm to table, just getting down over there. Farm to table, PA.com. Keep it fresh and keep it local. You can find out everything. It's CSA season, so go check that out. It's on our Instagram stories right now. You can go to Farm to Table's Instagram. Farm to Table is their Instagram. You can find out where to get your CSAs, where the farmers markets are, how to get stuff delivered to your house, how you can grow stuff in your own thing. Every Wednesday night, we have a Buy Fresh, Buy Local segment. So tune in on Wednesday for the next one. But special thanks to Farm to Table of PA.com. All right, so moving along here. We didn't have him last week, but we are excited to have him back this week. He is back. He's going to give us a little bit of insight on the new Barrel and Flow Festival that's coming up. And he's also going to tell us about a couple of local beers. And it's crazy because he happens to be still in his dry month. So it's just going to be like from memory. He's going to be talking about these beers. Let's see what happens. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Dave BRACEY.
How's it going, folks?
Back on the porch.
Oh man, I'm alive, man. Shout out to Shock G. It was it's rough.
It was rough last night.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was I got the second shot today, which was kind of wild. And I was up in Elwood. Got it in the right arm because I figured, why not lean in with your strong shoulder, right? And while I was up there, I had to run some errands, and I happened to stop by Burgers, grabbed a couple of burgers, and then stopped over to to Shoe Brew and picked up some of the Chupacabra lime while I was in the area up in Zelienople. Nice. And this is a nice dad beer. It's also like a very well crafted beer. I'm not a fan of lime. I'm not a fan of the mangoes and the the light lagers with the.
That's Pete's favorite.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but this is fire. It comes in at like 5.3. And it's just the right amount of lime and like real lime and salt that the base of it is a very fine lager in and of itself. But then he has the right amount of lime and salt. And this is going to be my first beer back.
Okay.
I saw that like on the Instagrams and was like, yeah, I gotta pick that up. So I had it for the first time last year. Right as the pandemic was first hitting, and we thought, maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll get back to things. And we were so young.
Yeah. So I have a question about the flavor. I know you had it last year, but is it like the kind of lime where like Iron City mango like tastes like mango, but you can tell it's like in the beer flavor? Like
it's not a real mango.
It's not.
It's like a synthetic.
It's like a corn syrup.
Yeah.
But my question is like with this, is it like when you like squeeze the lime and you're like Corona or whatever, your Modelo, like is it have that kind of flavor, like the actual lime juice or like?
Yeah. No, it's real lime. Yeah, like that's the beauty of it. It has that like, and it's like a spritz, like a Corona. Back in the day, whenever you get the 2 for $5 special. down at, down on the North Shore.
Did you ever? Okay, so you know how people put the lime in and then they turn the Corona upside down. I know it's Corona, and it's not good to say that right now. But like, and wait for the lime to go all the way up and down, right, and bring it back over. I've gotten so much Corona sprayed on me from that happening, like literally, like basically, like when somebody's like, you know, popping a champagne after an NBA title. It was like that with Corona for like 5 years of my life. Of just people just spraying me with the Corona, like doing the lime thing and just getting covered in it.
Yeah, no, this is a more of an adult beverage. They do the spraying for you.
Good, I like that.
Every once in a while, those canning machines, man, they go awry. But you ain't got to worry about that as long as you don't shake them. You're good to go.
Don't be ashamed of hosing yourself off with your beverage. All right.
Dave picks that opening to chime in. All right, the Shoe Brew, fantastic, good branding there. Dave, did you get anywhere else?
Yeah, no, that's
okay. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, it was a very 424 week. And
Dave keeps on bringing this graphic up. We had a spammer come in and give a post on the comments, and this is somebody's going to chime in on that. Pete, hit that link and tell us where that website sends you.
Sure.
Somebody send the invite code to Q Brennan. Let's get him on the show.
So has anything else? I mean, I know you had your shot today, and you probably just want to get like kick back and like let the proteins do their thing. But as any new info on Barrel and Flow Fest?
We dropped some bags. Those were nice to carry around. It was the first piece of merchandise that we've printed. Shout out to the artist. It was a collaboration, between 4 artists to make that bag. So it was dope to see that kind of in the in the material sense outside of the computer screen. So the bags are available online and whatnot. And other than that, just a lot of emails. That's what that's how festivals are built. Apparently, it's just a lot of emails. Just
Well, there's still the pandemic, so you're not pressing as much flesh as you probably did in the early days of it. You're not actually showing up at people's places. It's mostly Zooms, emails, and does anyone make phone calls anymore? I'm getting frustrated with everyone just assuming that we're going to Zoom or FaceTime.
Yeah, I think everybody's starting to get back to the even some of the Zooms that we're in these days. Like you just turn it off, and it just happens to be a phone call on a computer, and it's like, okay, so. Yeah, we're getting back to that.
All right, cool.
I'm looking forward to some face-to-face interaction.
Nice. Well, speaking of face-to-face, Dave, do you have time to do a couple of rounds of Dick Knows or No?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's do a couple and let's let Dave get to his evening. You gonna do a fire tonight, Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna burn some shit.
Sounds good.
You're gonna watch Mortal Kombat tonight.
Yeah, I'll probably watch that again. I'll skip through the talkie parts this time.
Is it that bad?
It's Academy. It's an Academy Award-winning screenplay. I'm telling you right now.
No, it's definitely the best Mortal Kombat movie to date. So I definitely enjoyed it. The non-talkie parts.
That bad. All right.
All right.
Dropping a nat too to round out this panel.
All right. So.
All of that.
Okay, all right. So is this a Dick Knows or No? Is that out or in?
Is that a doctor? Come on.
Could be.
I'm gonna say out.
I'm gonna say out. I'm gonna say Dick.
I'm saying it's gonna be a professional.
Okay. All right, let's see it, Dave. Oh, it's in. That is a photo like a
Sacha Baron Cohen.
That's what I thought that was.
I thought it was.
That's why I thought it would be out, like he was making a joke or something. But
all right, let's do it. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Sacha Baron Cohen. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna say
This
out.
guy. This guy looks like one of those fake ones, one of those ones where he's like got the cut around
Yeah.
it, so the nose is covered, his mouth. I'm saying dick. I'm saying it's out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it's in. I mean, that hairline, they want us to believe that it's out. That hairline is an outline, but nah.
Okay. All right. I feel that.
All right.
All right. Oh, that's a whole face out.
That's a whole.
Andy's from Cleveland.
Andy's from Cleveland.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that I'm not okay
That's
with.
not a dick nose. That's not a dick nose. That's just a whole dick face. That's
Exactly.
a dick face.
That is a dick.
He's got dick ears too.
Dare I say?
All of it.
Whole
Dare
dick
I say?
face.
Dare I say it's a dick head?
Yeah.
I think that would be a full. Okay. All right. I think we should do
Maybe
one
that was
more.
the guy that sent me the
okay.
question earlier.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna say that's a dick, and here's why. And I'm not saying this because we're not talking about hairlines. I'm talking about, you see how that mask, the thing that the strap on the mask is going south.
What if he has like a really long nose though?
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna go with dick, but you're gonna you go with what you go with your gut.
No shame him.
Maybe he was just
I'm
telling
gonna
lies.
say it's out because he just has that look about him that he'd just be sitting somewhere with it out. I don't know.
He does have like a British sneer to his eye.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's a lot happening here.
Yeah, he looks like
These fucking Europeans.
Emotionally, yeah.
I'm gonna say it's out.
Drum roll and Dave.
That was great. That's great.
Oh,
Come on. This is even worse. No, I can't. That's out. That's
yeah,
out.
that's well. The nose.
I mean,
is
his
technically
trumpet's
covered.
covered.
He does have something on the end of the trumpet. he's masked the end of the trumpet. So technically, this is
Unacceptable.
This is unacceptable.
I think
oh,
that's
come
acceptable.
on with this dog.
We got one more.
That's-
We got one
that's-
more. This is another famous one.
Well, the cat was out and I thought it was in. So I'm going to go with this one in since I thought the other one was in. So I'm going to say in.
That pooch is too smart to have his nose not covered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going all the way in.
Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah,
We were born ready.
Oh,
That's
come
Major
on.
Biden. You can't. That's a bad dog. That's a person biting dog. That dog doesn't follow any rules. That dog comes from the pound. Tough dog. Major Biden. Steer clear when Major Biden's in town.
You know something, man?
Oh my
I'm
God,
disappointed
that was
in
a
you for putting
trick.
that in there.
That was a trick.
Why you gotta trick us, Dave? You know,
Hurtful.
just because you got something against Major Biden, he doesn't live at the White House anymore. The biggest
I think he's back now.
the biggest scandal to rock.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right up there with
Pennsylvania
Obama's
Avenue,
beige suits.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in at least 2 decades. The dog bit. Forget the Iraq War. This dog bit somebody.
Don't put this on me. Major Biden's gonna Major Biden. You know what I mean?
He looks like a good boy, says Sarah.
I need credible sources before I believe that.
Do we have any more? Or should we just roll? Let's just roll. Do you have any more? Do you have one more, Dave?
What?
You want one more picture?
We have
Is this the last one?
thousands. We have a
Let's-
library
let's
that
do
runs
one.
so deep.
Let's do one more and we'll cap it. We'll cap it right now. Oh,
Mm,
I'm going to go out.
that's an aggressive downward
That's
angle.
what I'm saying. Exactly.
But
Okay.
this is Mansueto over here, man. I'm just saying.
Pete put these together. I'm not taking the blame for this one.
That's why I'm abstaining from my vote.
I'm saying it's in.
Out.
It's so obviously out. I'm saying it's in.
All right, I'm gonna go in.
That's what
All right.
she said.
I'm gonna go in.
You got it, buddy. All right, fire it up, Dave. Oh, it's so close, but it's out.
Oh,
I win.
It's so close.
bro.
It's like, you know what? It's like one of those situations where a dude was talking,
Yeah.
you know, and it just slipped
And it just
down
kind
on
of
a
fell
word.
down, but it was
Yeah.
still out.
Rough.
I don't know. That's like resting.
I do like his
nose.
glasses,
Like,
though.
it's-
They're very Matrix.
But that seems like it'd be more uncomfortable to have it if he was resting
the-
there.
right
Yeah.
It'd be uncomfortable
Yeah.
to be like up. It's like pushing up on his nose, right? And those glasses that he's wearing are not going to fog up because they're tiny. They're tiny little
Exactly.
things, right? He's
But
not
I'm
gonna
wondering
get
if, like, where the glasses are meeting the back of the mask, it's like
he needs a
pushing
bigger
it,
mask.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
He needs a bigger mask. Bottom line, needs a bigger mask. He's got to, you know,
It's
got to
true.
work on that. Got to work on that. Well, anyway, that wraps up this week's installment of Dick Knows or No, America's new favorite game show, brought to you from Alone Together Pittsburgh. All right, so Dave Bracey, thank you so much. Everyone, check out the Barrel and Flow Fest. All the websites, get that merch, get that bag. Day, enjoy the night, burn some shit, a lot of shit, and enjoy. Hopefully, you don't get sick from the shot tomorrow. But
You
if
get
you do,
Pfizer or Moderna?
it'll pass.
I got the Moderna, so
Okay.
I'm gonna nap that off.
Good luck.
Dolly Parton won't steer you wrong.
Shout out to Dolly.
All right, shout out to Dolly, and
Always.
one more to Shock G, and we will be Day will be back next week. And right now, you get to see a little bit more of NATALIE BENCIVENGA doing 5 minutes with mayoral candidate Ed Gainey.
Hey everybody, I'm NATALIE BENCIVENGA and welcome to 5 Minutes With. This week I am chatting with Ed Gainey. He is state rep and also running for mayor for the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, I was on your website and I happened to come across this quote and it said, "We can uplift the city of Pittsburgh for everyone if we start with those who have been left behind." Is this the sentiment that fueled your inspiration for running?
Absolutely. I've been in Pittsburgh my whole life and I love this city. I think we have one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been in, to be quite honest. But I also think that we haven't uplifted everybody's ship. I think that's out of 15 major metropolitan cities, Pittsburgh is the only one that don't have a Black or Latino middle class community. We have to change that. We have some wonderful neighborhoods, but they're isolated. Every neighborhood that's African American right now is living in poverty. Those are things that we can change, because what I've seen last summer was beautiful. When I seen the protesters marching in the street, you seen Black, white, young, old, LGBTQIA, straight, it didn't matter. You seen communities coming together in the name of justice. They were marching for, of course, Brother Floyd, but there was also talking about the environmental. They were talking about social, criminal, but the common denominator to everything was justice. And it just made me understand that everybody wants to have access and opportunity, because that's the beginning of justice. And that's the main reason why I'm running, because I believe we are organically ready to be able to see a city that wants to uplift every ship and move in a great direction. How much more powerful if it would be if you had a mayor that prioritized that level of engagement so that we can grow in that so that we can grow in that direction. We have that opportunity right now, and that's why I'm running for mayor. I believe in making it a city for everybody.
And I hear that in the powerful statement that you just gave. And as we talk about the issues and how you can actually impact and make that change that you want to see, let's touch on affordable housing. And you hear the word affordable housing. What does it actually mean? How does it play into gentrification? And as a mayor, what can you actually do?
Well, as the mayor, you create the development policies, and you can create development policies based on bricks and mortars, or you can create development policies based on people. The reason why I'm interested in affordable housing, and I believe that that's what we have to do, is because we've seen that market rate absolutely created gentrification. And they say that we grew the economy in this city, and they talk about how well we increased the tax base. But what we don't say is that 7,000 people were removed from their communities. That's a large number. So in affordability, you can run the gamut based on AMI, but you want to make it affordable for the people that are domestically in that neighborhood now. And that's why you hear me talk about inclusionary zoning, because at the end of the day, when these developers come, it has to be embedded in their development plan that they have to do affordable housing, because we passed an inclusionary zoning law, ordinance that says this is what we have to do. If it's embedded in the plan when they come to me, then at the end of the day, it's not an add-on, it's already existing. And that's one way that we can cut down on the public subsidy, because it's already located in the plan of the developer. We have to stabilize our housing market. And how do? We do it through making it affordable. Market rate didn't do it, it created a division. Affordable housing will create a neighborhood that is good for not only the community, but also for our school district, because that's where they'll send their kids.
Thank you for that. And when we're talking about funding, and we're talking about social safety nets, which includes, right, affordable housing, it includes education, it includes healthcare. we've seen a huge increase in our policing budget over the years, but the other budgets for the things that I just mentioned, those social safety nets, haven't met in any way the same type of pacing. So when you're talking about police and we're talking about justice, what I think we really need to discuss is redistributing funds, reallocating funds. So what would that look like in a larger picture? How can you actually implement that? And is that something you want to implement as mayor, that reallocation of funding?
I believe we can. I believe there's no question about it. You have control over the budget. I think one of the ways that you see a redirection of allocation is moving away from moving away from a military style police force more into a community-oriented police force, and putting more money behind that budget line, so that the police, once again, like they used to do, are not just pulling up on people when there's an incident, but they're walking the beat. They're meeting Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They know the neighborhood. They know the neighbors. So they're not seen as outside of the community, but they're seen as part of the community. And that's why community policing is important. Another way to redirect some of that funding is we're over policing in neighborhoods. We've seen a report that just came out not too long ago that over 65% of the arrests of African Americans, that's trauma. That's traumatizing. And that comes from over policing. We can redirect some of those resources so that we're not over policing in certain areas and empowering racial profiling, but actually giving it the opportunity to really do implicit bias and deal with some of the issues that exist right now. And then thirdly, we have to redistribute. We have to repurpose the money, because we understand that we have to have social workers go out on calls. We understand that mental health is on the increase, and we have to be able to meet that demand. Not with a 1930 police model, but with a 2021 police model that talks about making sure that we have a strategy in place to educate and train social workers on how to go out on calls, because they have the experience and the wisdom to de-escalate a lot of the situations that's going on. Right now, that doesn't exist in the city. You know, we just talking about for military style tactics and how we expand in the budget. If the budget doesn't help the people, then it's not a budget for the people.
Absolutely well put. And the next thing I wanted to touch on was the intersection between environmental justice and racial justice. And Pittsburgh has made a lot of strides when it comes to the environment over the last decade. But if you were mayor, how would you center the most vulnerable population so they can be a part of that new Green Deal that's happening in Pittsburgh,
absolutely,
and benefit from clean water and the clean air and the parks and the green spaces? What would you do?
So the first thing we got to do, and I started doing this in my district, I partner with Clean Water and some others, is just to begin to educate people about the importance of environmental justice. And a lot of times the low-income vulnerable communities, we don't have that conversation with them. We have conversation inside the environmental community, the congregation that already knows what we know. In order to expand it and really be able to educate when we talk about environmental justice, you have to go to the communities you just mentioned, the vulnerable communities. But they're not going to come out just because you have an environmental meeting. Some are working 2 or 3 jobs. They try to take care of their kids. They're single moms. And so coming to an environmental meeting, they trying to clean their own environment, and before they can even deal with the physical environment. But when you have opportunities to marry interests, I think that's where you get knowledge. And so for me, whenever the lead pipes were going on, I would hold a meeting, because I wanted to talk to them, not just about how the pipes was going to go, what the sidewalk was going to look like, but also the environmental justice. Why, if your kids have asthma, why clean air is important to you, because I'm an asthmatic, and growing up, I never understood the power of clean air. Why the water and the runoff sewage into our rivers, why that's a problem, why we need to fix it, the Green New Deal. We have to be able to have those jobs here to show them that we can lift you out of poverty with these type of clean green jobs. And, people believe in what they see. So, we know that CCAC has an infrastructure to deal with workforce development. We need to bring them on, but we need to get some jobs here so that we can show people that we're not just talking about it, we're actually about it, particularly in low-income communities where they can see themselves growing. So now, if I'm working on these clean green jobs, I'm educated on it, I'm bringing a paycheck home on it, I'm more in tune with the environment now. I understand why it's important, because I'm working in that industry. We got to provide those jobs, particularly in low-income communities. That's how you bridge the divide. If you in low income community, you don't care what job you got. I got drug dealers get up at 5:30 in the morning and stand there all day long to get money to be able to feed their family. And whether we think that's wrong or right, I'm not going to have that conversation. But here's the conversation when I'm having is that if we give them jobs, if we give them clean, green jobs, if we teach them how they can make a living and educate them on why this is important, we've just expanded the whole concept of environmental justice. That's the power. You know, we take for granted that they know because we know, right? Because we're in this field, because we're learning. But if you're a mom with 2 or 3 kids and you working a job and you coming home, you just trying to make sure your own environment is okay.
No, I hear that. And I think those are excellent points and they make a lot of sense, really, and weave all of these issues together because it all comes down to all of us wanting the same things, a safe place for our children to play, a clean community, not worrying about bills, having that stress off of someone's back can make a huge difference in their quality of life, and having access to all these things, like you said, comes down to jobs that have dignity. And
Natalie, not only that, you can't expect me to know if you don't show up and tell me about it.
Right.
You know, we talk about environmental justice in this city, but we talk about it from do we support the Paris climate change? Do we support different? And of course, that's easy. But that's not going into the most vulnerable communities and having a conversation about why environmental justice is important. That's not going on into these conversations talking about why we need to recruit these jobs. You know, we're not having conversations with our most vulnerable, but we can use them as political ploys to be able to talk about an election as if we care, but none of it is in the budget to demonstrate it's a priority. You know, I tell people all the time, issues get talked about, priorities get funded. And right now, we haven't prioritized anything to be able to uplift all ships in this city and have them go in the same direction. We just haven't. You know, we brag about a tax base that we expanded without talking about the 7,000 people that we displaced. How is that? That may be growth in your eyes, but that's not progress for a city. We was promised affordable housing, but that's another broken promise. We were promised better police community relations. That's another broken promise. We were promised more. We promised that we would deal with UPMC, another broken promise. Public works, we would invest in to make sure that our streets was plowed when the snow was out there. Another broken promise. They didn't even have the right equipment. Gender and equity. We would do everything possible to be able to unite this city. It's not in words that we need to talk, it's in action. And if anybody that knows me politically know that if I say that I'm about trying to do something, I'm putting everything I got into it. And that's why I said in the beginning, I want to see all ships sail in the same direction. It's time we open up the business of opportunity in the city and let everybody be able to succeed and grow and call Pittsburgh home.
Thank you so much, Ed, for sharing your perspective and your vision for the city. I really appreciate you taking just a little bit more than 5 minutes with me, and good luck in your campaign.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
More than 5 minutes with Natalie. All right, this is great. I can't wait to see who you have up next week. All right, so we've come to the witching hour of Alone Together tonight. We're gonna be back next week. Natalie's gonna be back. Day's gonna be back. We got Kate Romaine on Thursday, and we've got Farm to Table, keep buy fresh, buy local segment on Wednesday. Everybody have a good weekend. Keep the social distance thing going. Keep wearing your mask, especially indoors. And if you can get vaccinated, go get vaccinated. You know who would know something about this? Dave, who would know something about this?
Dave doesn't know who.
Would my friend Lynn know something about this?
Dave, Lynn was late to the party, Dave is saying.
Lynn was late to the party. I even asked and texted several times. No one responds to me. But
not hurtful at all.
But Sylvester Stallone.
I was told 6:30 is too late to the party.
Rocky.
You got your shot. Now give me mine.
What shot did you ever take?
Well, I guess hey, Rocky, you're not happy with your life. It's nice. Me, I got a business going. I don't have to take no shots.
No one having gone more than 12 rounds with him, and that was Jake Dale.
Took that up your business.
You're so insulted about it. Want me to take a shot? All right. I'll take a shot.
All right, there you go. Go get your shot.
Does Rocky do a
Let's
shot
get our
before that?
shots so we can go and do those shots soon.
He already had. He was saying you got to take your shot. He was saying, "Which shot did you ever take?" The guy said, "I don't need to take a shot." He said, "You take your shot." You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Anyway, go get vaccinated, everybody. Get
Yes.
the shot in the arm. Let's get this thing done. There's no waiting time. This picture
knows.
right now, definitely Dick knows.
I mean,
Oh,
just the way he's wearing the sunglasses, you know it's a dick nose.
You know it's a Dick nose. 'Cause
right.
This is a person who took the pandemic very lightly. I could tell by his eyes. All right, send it off, Dave. Let's see it. Okay.
Oh,
He said,
it
"Fuck
was
it."
a teaser. It was a teaser.
All right, folks.
Dave,
we're
I'm
gonna
going
be-
to pretend that it was definitely covered because I believe in you.
Dave, you know you're muted, right? You're not on. He said that's going to have to be a cliffhanger. Maybe he just wants me to interpret for
cliffhanger.
him.
Well, I tell you what.
fucking hate computers. Not you guys, the computer.
Well, what's nice is your mustache is turning into a mask.
No,
Yeah,
You let that
exactly.
go out a
It's
little bit better. It's
very-
going to be a little. Well, anyway.
Nice. It looks good on you. Yeah. And you can do that
you
now.
got- oh my gosh.
That's exciting.
Little butcher stash
like it.
going on there right there. A little Bill the Butcher.
I can't tell if he's
Dave, are you on
frozen
a
or if he's
loop?
just
What's
doing
going
that.
on? You did it so many times. I thought you were like,
That's my new. I'm working on this lip thing I never did before.
Oh my God. It's good. It needs, yes, good. Mhm.
All right, folks.
Patrick's
we're
like,
out of here.
I'm done.
We're out of here. We're out of here for real this time. Thank you, Natalie, Pete, Dave, who's not with us. He's burning stuff at his house. And to Dave's mustache, thank you for that,
Yes.
sir. Yay, take your shot. All right, folks. We're out of here. We will see
everybody.
you guys next week on Wednesday. We'll be back. Thank you all very much for another week.
big follows. Big follows.com.